Good evening, everyone. What is going on? And welcome to Open Mic Live. It is April 1st, 2021, April Fool's Day, and we are about to get started. But as always, a word from our sponsors.
At InDigital, we know that public safety professionals hold themselves to a high standard. In fact, standard doesn't do it justice. In over 25 years working alongside you, carrying millions of calls over our IP networks, your dedication has inspired us. That's why our ESI Net goes beyond industry standards, not only i3 compliant, but designed to adapt to future development for a network you can count on when it matters most. Learn more at indigital.net.
Rapid Deploy believes that every public safety agency, regardless of size, should have access to the data they need when it matters most. That's why, since 2016, our mission has been to reduce emergency response times and improve public safety. We are the industry's only integrated emergency response platform. Our web-based cloud platform includes analytics, mapping, dispatch, and mobile apps, purpose-built for 911 in the 21st century. Visit www.rapiddeploy.com to learn how we enable effective, efficient, data-driven emergency response.
If Within the Trenches has ever taught you something, open your eyes to what it is like to be a 911 dispatcher, or has inspired you to become one, then help support us and join our Patreon. Get exclusive bonus content, one-of-a-kind swag, discounts on merchandise, ad-free early access to new episodes, and much more. To join, please visit patreon.com/WTT podcast. And if you're an industry partner, we have something for you as well. And now, for the show.
This is Jordan, and you're listening to the Code 7 Podcast Network.
Warning. This episode contains the 3 A's of podcasting: adult content, adult language, and awesomeness. You've been warned.
Dispatch.
There is no one over here to cook our lunch. We are waiting for our lunch, and there's no one here to cook our lunch.
All right, calm down. Where are you at?
The group home. Now, what are you going to do?
We'll get some help over there for you, okay?
Welcome to Open Mic, where we visit the lighter side of dispatch, because laughing is good medicine. Good evening, everyone, once again, and welcome to Open Mic Live. And this live broadcast is sponsored by InDigital as well as Rapid Deploy. And we're about to get started. There's a lot that's going on. Been working like crazy. So much stuff that's going on here. Welcome to everyone. And please, a roll call. Where are you watching from? And let's see. See, Roxy says the grunt home, these subtitles. What? For real? Is it all weird and shit? Okay, so as always with Open Mic Live, how are you feeling? It is Thursday. We're towards the end of the week. If this is your Monday, I apologize, but kick ass and take names. What is your number? So also, if this is your first time here for Open Mic Live, please put that in the comments. I always love to know who's jumping in, who's new and such. What we do every Thursday is we come together for about an hour or so to forget about the bullshit that's going on out in the world, and we're just getting together and sharing some funny 911 stories, situations, calls, all sorts of stuff. Today, because it's April Fool's Day, I can't even talk. Because it's April Fool's Day, we are also going to share some pranks. Come on. You know that some of this shit has happened in the dispatch center before. And if you can talk about it, let's talk about it. Let's share some funny stories. But back to those who are here for the first time. So we're sharing these funny stories. People throw them into the comments, and I read them. Also, on top of that, for every Thursday, I check and see how everyone is doing. What is your number? So on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being shitty, of course, and 10 being awesome, How are you doing? How are you feeling? Recently, episode 374 went out, and 375 is going to be going up for patrons here pretty soon. And also a big shout out to patrons for everything. And if you are a member of the Trenches on Discord, you saw a bunch of information coming in a little bit before I went live here. All of the speakers' promos for Dare to Be Great 3 were posted up, and I actually happened to slip all of those images into an album on the podcast page on Facebook Wow, as well. If you are a member of the Trenches on Discord, the registration link for Dare to Be Great 3 is already there. So, really quick here, unless someone has already shared it, I'm going to put up the link here for Discord, and you'll be able to get the registration there. Before I go any further, I want to go back into the comments, because as I'm talking, I see the comments over here, my peripheral vision, and it's just going and going and going and going. So let me check here really quick, because we did a roll call. Becky out of the UK, what is going on? You are here. It's what, like 1 a.m. there, you had said on Discord that that's what time it was. Thank you so much for being here. That is excellent. Let's see. We've got Megan out of Indiana. We got North Carolina, Kansas, Arizona. And we also got some numbers coming in. So we got a 7. And Becky, first time on open mic. Excellent, excellent. Roxy, you're at a 16. That is awesome. See, Pamela's a 9 on a Friday. Hell yeah. And let's see, Brendan out of Australia. What is going on? Welcome. Let's see, we got a 7, a 6. Robert's a 5. We'll see if we can get that number up there, man. See if we can get it above a 6 there. And let's see, feeling good at a 7, 6.5. All right. So people are excited. Let's see, Selena here says physically a 1, but mentally a 9-ish. Okay. All right, I'll take that. That's good. We'll see if we can get that up there. And yes, it's 2 a.m., Becky. It's 2 a.m. over there. Damn. All right. Well, hopefully we can keep you awake then as well. But either way, thank you all for joining us here. And this is going to be a lot of fun, and I can't wait. So again, for those who are jumping in right now, the registration for Dare to Be Great 3 is already out there. I was going to do it on the 5th, and then I thought, no, maybe I'll push it out a little bit further, or let's just do it today. And this is not an April Fool's joke. It's there. It's already there. I did a soft launch of it earlier today and put it up there, and then ended up just adding everything else. All of the sessions are on there as well. You can check that out. All of the information. The other information that's going to be coming up next is going to be the industry partners, sponsors, speakers. Their information will be added here pretty soon. Their deadline for jumping on to be a sponsor of Dare to Be Great 3, the final Dare to Be Great. This will be the completion of the trilogy of greatness. Let's make it an amazing one. Let's do this together. So their deadline is tomorrow. So I've got all that information that's going to be coming from them. So hit up Discord, get the registration link, and it's going to be on there. And you know what? Maybe I'll throw the registration link in here as well towards the end. But again, thank you all so very much for being here. And we're going to go ahead and start out with some stories. Well, actually, you know what? There is one more thing. The podcast, Within the Trenches podcast, yesterday surpassed 1.5+ million downloads worldwide. It is heard in 51 countries. And holy shit, when I very first started this, the original concept for Within the Trenches podcast started in 2010. The podcast started in 2012. I had no idea it was going to go where it has. And thank you all for that. And thank you for the job that you do. I wouldn't be where I am if it wasn't for all of you. So thank you so much. I appreciate it more than you will ever know. But it just continues to go up, and it's because of all your stories. You know, people are very interested and have such a respect for everything that you do, all of these stories going out there, these important public safety stories, all of you, the most vital piece of public safety, which is the dispatchers and call takers of the world within Gold Line. So amazing work to all of you. It has been an amazing experience. So the picture that I wanted to share here really quick, before we get into stories and such, is this here. As I was talking about Dare to Be Great 3, this right here is the conference banner that you will end up seeing on Crowdcast. So here it is, Dare to Be Great 3. Good stuff, man. June 7th through the 10th, 2021. Our keynote speakers here, and kicking it off is going to be Congresswoman Norma Torres. And the 911 Saves Act was just reintroduced today. So excellent stuff. More things to come on that as well. And then, of course, following up the next day is going to be founder of 911 Women Inc., Sarah Weston. And then to close out our keynote speakers and the conference is going to be retired police officer out of San Antonio PD, also subject of Ernie and Joe Crisis Cops, was a documentary that was on HBO, is Ernie Stevens, an amazing dude, man. All of them excellent. And it's going to be great. So I can't wait. This is going to be good. Let me bring that down here. Just wanted to pop that up there. Whew. All right, here we go. Just popping back in. Katie Miller, what's up? What is going on? Welcome. And so, before we get into some of these stories, especially the pranks, that I've got a couple prank stories, and hopefully you do too. I want to go ahead and start with this dispatch this. I have two dispatch this photos. So weekly on Open Mic Live, I will post up a picture that is kind of funny, something that's going on, and I want to get your funny dispatch or BOL. Now this one, I can imagine sitting in dispatch and getting this call from, callers that are just not knowing what to say, what they're looking at. And actually that's going to be kind of both of these pictures. But so let me show you this first one. And in the comments, I want you to tell me, actually, I guess kind of tell me how you think this phone call would go. The dispatching part is one thing, but how do you think the phone call would go? So here it is right here. What is that, a swan or something? So you're in dispatch and you start getting phone calls of this showdown that's about to happen. And I mean, how do you put that out? So I can imagine somebody calling in just saying, yeah, so the traffic's getting kind of backed up where we're at right now. I was just wondering if you could, get somebody out here. We've got a guy who's trying to corral what looks like a swan or something, but they look like they're about to duel. I mean, the swan's got its wings out, like, bring it. and we're not sure what's going to happen. James says, Dickie the Duck is blocking the M5. Katie Miller says, caller just kept saying, it was in my lane. Because in the world that we live in right now, no matter what is going on, even some dangerous shit that's going on, some people are not going to call, right? What are they going to do? They're going to get their phone, right? And they're going to video because they want to be that person, right? Everybody wants to be that person who's got the shot that's going there, the perfect shot on their phone to stream it later on social media. So in this case right here, these cars are probably going to start backing up, right? Because everyone is going to be on their phone thinking they're smart shit by taking video of this duel that's about to go down between this guy and this animal. Let's see. Megan says, this actually happens where I live. What? For real? It's okay. So he says, this actually happens where I live. There's a wild turkey that harasses cars in Richmond, Indiana. Attention units, be advised we have a traffic hazard, possibly 1010 in progress between man and bird. Let's see. Laura says, can you move the swan back to the lake? I mean, probably, right? But shit's about to go down, man. Like this. And what if they start breakdance battling, right? You see? Oh, man. See, Roxy says he's about to sign his real life swan song. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Roxy, remember when the deer broke into the jewelry store? What? There was a deer that broke into a jewelry store? Like where you all are at there in Kansas? So he's about to see a real swan song. Oh, did it? Oh, okay. Well, I knew what you were saying. I knew what you were saying right there. It works either way, man. The person's about to go down because, even with, what is it, flags or something? He's got a flag and maybe, I don't know. I don't know what he's holding in his other hand, but it almost looks like a basket kind of, right? So he's walking towards it and the one hand, right, is out. The one arm, rather, is out a little bit. So, the swan is probably going to be all gangster and it's like he's throwing his hands up. This guy, this human, is actually throwing his hands up at me right now. It's like this shit's about to go down. But how crazy would it be, especially on April Fool's Day, if that swan just started getting down? Because the way its wings are already, it's like it's about to do some sort of breakdance move. Oh man, that would be some funny shit. Okay. I'm going to bring that one down. And yes, Halcyon, right there. Halcyon says, come at me, bro. That is exactly what it looks like it's going on. So I have one more, okay? And this other one that I'm going to put up here is a little different. Oh, Peggy says, I'm going to knock you out. Okay. I can't take the picture down yet because now all I can see is the swan up by the microphone saying that, like, I'm going to knock you out. Yeah. Mama say, knock you out. And just like just bobbing and weaving. Let's see. Roxy says, someone would call and ask if someone could take that swan for a salvage. There'd be that one guy. Always. There's always that one person, right? Let's see. Tim says, at least it is not the crane from the Karate Kid. Dude, that would be even more funny, though. This whole situation would be funny to watch it go down and then see who would win in the end. It's like when Snoopy fights Lucy. It's always hilarious. All right. I'm going to bring this one down and then I'm going to put the next one up. And I want to see what your thoughts are on this. All right. I'm going to stop the screen on this one. Let me close out this image here really quick and pull up this other one. And especially because of the day that it is, I wanted to share this. And I want you to tell me in the comments how you would either dispatch this or how do you think, maybe how you think you would react to this phone call. Okay. All right, here we go. Oh, shit. Okay. So you're driving down the road, some back ass road, and you see that run out in front of your car. Let's think about that a moment, because I know if it were me, I would freak the hell out. But I don't think I would call. That's the thing. I do not think that I would call 911 for that. I think that I would be in such shock. I would punch it. And wait a minute. Hold on a minute. I mean, press the gas really fast. Not get off and like, not actually punch the, not actually punch that. Okay, so you know what I mean. Let's see. Megan says, I would advise the caller to get out of Jurassic Park and back on the main road. Deborah says, I would not call. Step on the gas and leave. Exactly, right? Because let's just say let's say you're getting out of dispatch. Let's say you're just getting out of work. It's been a crazy day. Just call after call after call. And you're on the road. The way the road looks here, it's peaceful, right? You just want to have some silence. No music. You just want to enjoy the drive home. And depending on what time it is, it could be, the sun is setting, beautiful area. You're looking around and then bam, you see this thing run out. Oh my Lord. You just had a hell of a day in dispatch and you're driving and you see that mofo run by. Dude, right? F that. I probably turn music on after that and just be like, like what happened? But if I was coming home from dispatch, I would call into dispatch and I'd be like, hey, so I don't want to alarm you guys or anything, but and maybe it's just me. Maybe I've just been working too much overtime. I swear to God, I saw a T-Rex. And that your coworker, whoever picked up the phone, would be like, dude, shut the hell up. Are you serious? And you'd have to say, no, man, like for real, like this little, I don't know what it was, but it looked like a mini T-Rex. It had a big head and little arms. That they would just be like, dude, just go home. You need to sleep. You've probably just been working too much. Oh man. Okay, hold on. Let me go back into the comments because there's a bunch of comments that have been coming out as I've been talking. Let's see. Katie says, so this would be from the caller. It wasn't marked as a dinosaur crossing, right? There would be that one caller, right? It would say, I saw a dinosaur run by. There wasn't a marking or anything. So maybe it wasn't that because, you've got the signs that they say deer or bear or whatever that go by. So you're supposed to be on the lookout for them, right? Well, there was no dinosaur one. So I'm not really sure if that's what it was. Let's see. Denny says, I would make sure I had a picture before I call on something like that. I don't know, man. If it's moving that fast and you're driving, I guess, you can pull your phone out really fast and like, try to get a picture while it's taking off. Because you would you would have to have some proof. Somebody, they would think you were nuts if you were calling in with something like that. Let's see. Peggy says, I'd ask the caller if they are hearing theme music, which generally indicates impending doom. Yeah. Megan says, I'm very much that. Not my pig, not my farm. I drive off and pretend I didn't see anything myself. Oh, my homegirl, Erica here says, with my luck, I would somehow find a way to hit that with my car. Okay. You were on here. So for those who are watching right now, my girl Erica here was she was on talking about as a teenager that a deer went right through her windshield. So this makes sense. Yeah, the thing is hauling ass, but you would be shocked and you would probably hit the gas and then it would come right back. It would somehow boomerang back. It would bust a Yui, and then just poof, you would hit it. Man, poor thing. Let's see. Let me let me scroll back down in here. Velociraptors hunt in packs, ma'am. So you should probably get back in your car. Yeah, right. The caller's right there, and then they end up saying they're all around me right now. What do you say? That would be crazy. Let's see. Deborah says, how many times while we are driving home from work do we just look at the issue, shake our heads, and think, good luck for my relief? Yeah. Let's see. Jody says, I would think I was imagining it after a busy, crazy day. Yeah. I mean, that would be, right? That would be something. Because I would think the same thing too. You know, I'd be driving and see it just like, that was interesting. I must be working too much. Like, I need to take a day off or something. Let's see. Chelsea says, I'd bring to the office as the new dispatch pet. Aw, right? Yeah, you would have a yeah, instead of bringing a cute little puppy or whatever to come in, comfort dog, you've got a comfort dino. Oh man, it would follow you back, right? You would just have something to bring it back with you to dispatch, and you'd go into the center and be like, look into the cameras so that you can see the comfort dog that I brought. And there it is, just sitting there. Shit, what do you do? Like, you can ride that freaking thing into battle. Tonight we ride. What's up, man? Homeboy Steven up in here, kill the dinos. But how do you think that would go? Steven, how do you think it would go? Let's say it's just chilling in the road, okay? It ran, you stop, it's chilling in the road, you call in. Now, for those who are watching in dispatch, what's your traffic? How are you giving this out to your officers that are going to go that way for what? What would you put it out as? Would you put it out as like a road obstruction, some sort of roadblock? Elegant Central all stations units, be advised, we got a phone call in reference to some sort of animal in the roadway. It's rather large. Color advising, it seems prehistoric. I don't even know. Because I mean, how do you think it would, officially go down? Okay, I want to see what you put in the comments here. Let's see. James says, sorry, animal control officer only responds if the animal is contained. Do you have a trash can? Where would you put the trash can? It would be like a hat on top of it, or just like throw it. Just. I can only imagine, especially if this was not just on a side road, right? If this was not just on a side road, this was now going to be in a busy area. How many phone calls you would get and the type. But I think being on a side road like this, where there's really no one around and you have maybe one caller and you have to give it out, that's where it gets the most crazy. Because if I'm one of the officers that's getting called to go out there, I mean, I kind of don't want to. I mean, I have to because it's my job, right? And I need to go and protect who is ever over there. But man, I would most likely be thinking, this is bullshit. They dispatch must be screwing with me. What day is it? What? It's April Fool's Day. They're screwing with me. It's not true. And then you pull up And holy hell, it is true. It's not just April Fool's Day, but there's a freaking dinosaur in the middle of the road. What are you going to do? I would just slowly roll up. No sirens, right? No sirens, no lights. Just roll up, roll my window down. Sir, ma'am, you want to just back up, just turn around. We'll just let it go. Like, let it go. and it will, yeah, let's do that together. Let's turn around. I just came out here to make sure you were okay. Let's let it do whatever it's doing. And we'll go from there. Yeah. Is that good for you? Like, because hell, I don't know what else would you do, man. There's I don't know. Let's see. Jody says, as long as it crossed without incident, we don't care. Animal control not on duty. All right, cool. You can just hang out in the area there, right? See, Kathleen says, area check on a traffic hazard for a T-Rex crossing the street. And said with with great flourish, area check on a traffic hazard for a T-Rex crossing the street. Central, can you repeat? Negative. You heard me the first time. Let's see. Anthony says it's clearly a mountain dinosaur. You're right. Yeah, they're in the wild. They're where they're supposed to be, right? So James says, dispatch, ask caller, do you know why the T-Rex crossed the road? You know that caller though would trip out. They would be like, sir, this is no time. This is not a time for jokes. It's in front of me and I don't know what to do. And then you'd be like, okay, well, I thought you were joking with me, so just reverse, back up. But then again, if it like attacks on movement, then you're just like staring. Oh man, there's no win then, I guess, right? As long as it just takes off, that's the win. I'm not even going to speed past there because that thing's probably faster than my vehicle. I'm just going to turn around, right, and take off and hope that there's not a bunch of other ones that are running around either. Man, like passing out some bad brownies or some acid or something. Just seeing dinosaurs everywhere. Halcyon says, let it go, let it go. No dinosaurs here anymore. Sorry, I had to go for it though. Let's see, Becky says the song came straight in my head too. Yeah, when I said it earlier, I was hoping that didn't happen. Deborah says they are indigenous in the area, ma'am. PD doesn't do anything with them. How crazy would that be if the time that we're living in right now, with all the crazy shit that's happened with 2020, then in 2021, we've got freaking dinosaurs and everything that are just roaming around like wild dogs, just chilling, you know? You're driving by, you're like, oh, check it out. Little T-Rex over there. It's all good. Just keep driving, keep going, because then it's a normal thing. There'd be a lot of accidents. I would think there would be a lot of accidents if we had dinosaurs and everything right now. Misty says, is the dinosaur eating anyone or is it just being a dinosaur? Right. Okay. So when you're thinking about these, let me switch this really quick here. All right, there we go. Exactly. Because what happens when we take phone calls like this, right? Excuse me. I remember getting phone calls from people a lot about like raccoons. And they would say, yeah, I don't know if you can get somebody out here or not. I'm really not sure what to do. And yeah, in honesty, a lot of people don't know. They don't know what to do, which is why they call. And it's fine, you know, because that's what we're there. We're there to help. But they would call in and they would say, you know, I've got this raccoon out here and it's acting kind of funny. It's acting kind of weird. It's kind of rolling around. And then you're picturing this in your head, right? This raccoon that's rolling around, this trash panda. and then they're like, can you have someone, come and get it? And of course you ask, like, what is it? What else is it doing? Like, is it jumping at you? Is it attacking you? Maybe if you leave it alone, it'll run away, or it'll go away, or whichever. Plus, animal control doesn't go out to something like that because it's a wild animal. You're going to have to call something like, animal wranglers or something. I think where I was dispatching, it was called wild wranglers or some shit like that. Anyway, that would be the same thing like this, like just like Misty said, the call comes in. Well, what exactly is the T-Rex doing? Is it just kind of chilling? Is it damaging your property? I mean, well, it's like destroying my lawn, man, and I worked on it really hard. Okay, well, don't mess with it. It'll probably just go off by itself. Do you have your other animals inside though? Everyone's inside. You're good. Okay, just hang tight. Like, we can have someone check the area for you, but just stay inside. Just leave it. Don't try to aggravate it or anything. Right? Because that's basically how it would probably go down, right? That's so horrible because there's nothing you can do. I remember interviewing a dispatcher out of Canada, and I asked her if there was anything different that that they probably deal with. That, I don't know, it's common for them but different for us. And she goes, well, how you probably deal with a lot of phone calls with dogs, that are coming into people's yards and causing all problems. Well, we have bears, so we deal with bears like that. So, dude, it'd be crazy something like this with a dinosaur. James says, do you have any dinosaur spray? Becky says, I was just about to say, with the year we've just had, I wouldn't be that surprised. Right. And there's all kinds of shit that, probably that is going on that we don't even know about. There probably are dinosaurs somewhere. Oh, that sucks. Let's see. Megan says, DNR, the number I give out more than my own. Yep. Call him the DNR. We'll see what happens. That was excellent. Thank you all so very much for participating. Excuse me, in this week's Dispatch This. And this special edition one of Dispatch This with a dinosaur that is running through the road. How exactly they would call that in. It's just kind of funny how, all of you, like, we're all kind of thinking the same thing, right? We're thinking about how that would go down and comparing it to other calls that we've taken, especially the way, Misty was saying, just like a bear call, is it eating anyone? Is it just being a dinosaur? And and how would what would be the description of that? Is it just being a dinosaur? Like, is it just walking around and like growling or being real loud? Oh man, I'm sorry. I'm laughing this much because I'm imagining it in my head that the dinosaur is just walking around, man, just chilling, minding its own business, and people are calling on it. He's like, "Why are you being a dick, man? I'm not doing anything. I'm just walking around. I'm just being a regular dinosaur. Just let me live my life." Jody says, it's the coyotes. People want us to come and get them because they're in their yard. The coyotes, man. See, that's another one that I'd be like, nah, just let them go. Just let them go do their thing. If your animals are in, leave them alone. Peggy says, with us, it's alligators and raccoons, an occasional coyote. And Megan says, what's the standard behavior for a dinosaur? Right. Kathleen says, hold on a minute here. Kathleen says it would be recoded a noise complaint for a dinosaur eating. Right, probably, because you would be sitting there and you just or whatever. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. It sounds like, and somebody calls it in. They're like, "There's something outside. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe it's a neighbor. Whatever they're doing, it's loud. You know, I work for a shift, and I just want to see if you can have somebody go out there and just see if they can quiet down." You put it out. Officer pulls up. Central, in reference to the noise complaint, I'm not sure exactly what we're going to do with it. I think if I ask it to stop doing what it's doing, it's not going to, it's probably not going to pay me any mind. It's not going to listen. It's going to continue doing it. By the way, it's a dinosaur that's eating another dinosaur. That's what the loud noise is. I'll be 10-8, 10-24, clear. Yep. That's it. I'd be like, give me the phone number for the caller. I'll call them really quick and just let them know that their noise complaint, I mean, even if it is, you know, violating some sort of ordinance, the dinosaur doesn't give a shit. It's living its best life right now. It's doing its thing, okay? It's a circle of life kind of thing. Oh, man. Oh, wait. Megan says, wait, make that noise again. And Selena says, how does it go? You guys are terrible, man. and I did it again, so I'm the dumbass. So there we go. Becky says dino call. So I'm just trying to cross the road and these humans are freaking out and taking pics. Okay, that makes this even more hilarious, and I can't believe we've been talking about the freaking dinosaur this whole time, but this is funny shit that the dinosaur would actually call in now. 911, where's your emergency? Yeah, I'm just calling because there's people out here. I'm just trying to eat. They're yelling at me, and I'm a dinosaur, okay? And they don't understand. They don't get it. I'm eating right now. I guess I'm being loud, but I mean, if I need to talk to somebody. Oh man, this is so bad. Thank you, Becky, for that right here. Let me put this on there. Dino call. So I'm trying. I don't know why that was the voice, the sound of that dinosaur in my head. But that's what it was. Dino call. So I'm trying to cross the road and these humans are freaking out, taking pictures. Oh geez, that is crazy. Let's see. Richard says he sounded awfully natural making that noise, didn't he? Thanks, dude. Selena says 1077 unable to locate. Sean says I see I tuned in at the right time where dispatch goes Jurassic Park. Yes. Yeah, this is this week's dispatch because of April Fool's Day. And we've actually been talking about this one for a while because it's just kind of funny, just trying to think of every aspect of this if this was real. And then Becky over here added the other side of this call if the dinosaur was the one calling in and just be like, I'm just trying to cross the road. These guys are being dicks right now. They're trying to take pictures. They're calling. I roam naturally around here. I don't understand what's going on. The last time this happened, things got bad. Like I destroyed a couple cars, but I just want to live my life. Oh man, this is so bad. Doug says, at least you didn't do a Barney voice of the dinosaur. No, I wouldn't have gone that way. But you know, as big as the dinosaur is, maybe I should have gone with a more higher pitch voice or something like that. James says, dinosaur mom, I can't find Junior. Selena says, so the dino voice, what dino is that? T-Rex, Brontosaurus? You know, I don't know. I'm trying to not. I can't even think of how I did it now. It was that's more. I think that would be more of a brontosaurus. The T-Rex would have to have a higher pitched voice, just kind of like Mike Tyson. How Mike Tyson is like a big dude, but he's got that higher voice. So the T-Rex would probably sound more like a cartoon squirrel or something. Oh God, this is horrible. Let's see. Kathleen says dinosaurs have feelings too. That's right. Yeah, of course. They have that higher pitch voice though. Be like,
Man, I don't know what is going on. I'm just trying to live my life, and they're calling and trying to take pictures, and I run by this road all the time.
oh, okay. This is stupid. It has gone way beyond now, going all over with this dinosaur on what would happen. Richard says Ricardosaurus. Oh geez, man. This has been fun. We've got about 14 minutes left of this broadcast. I hope Richard says that was a Joe Pescisaurus. You're right, dude. Oh man. Can you imagine that group of good fellas? All these different dinosaurs destroying the people. Just running shit. So with the 14 minutes that we have left, I want to share some stories, like some pranks and stuff that has gone on in your center, if you have any of those. See, Jody says it's like on my way home, man. Why these humans got to be in my way? Right. Okay, let me take this picture off. This has been excellent. I want to check in with you because so everyone had put their numbers up. Even with like the 14 or so minutes that we have left, what are your numbers at right now? I would say that I started out already at like an 8 or 9, and I'm way above a 10 now. This has been a lot of fun. So throw in your numbers there. I hope you're having fun. If anything, laughing with me, maybe at me with some of the stupid voices or scenarios. Let's see. Peggy says, back in the Stone Age of dispatch, I worked for a small PD. When it was cold, the officers would leave their cars running while they were in lineup. My best friend, another dispatcher, and I used to take their cars, hide them, and watch them freak out. Yes. Oh, dude. Okay, Peggy, what was the end result? What happened? Did anything happen? All right, we've got some numbers coming in here. 9, north of 10, 10. Richard, easily 10 plus. Good, excellent. Keep coming in with the numbers. And those of you who are in here for the first time, I hope you are enjoying this as well. And that, it was worth staying up this late for it as well. Good stuff. Becky, 8, a little sleepy. Yep, at 2 a.m. over there, or almost 3 a.m. now. I can see it, but at an 8, thank you for being here. Becky out of the UK, so awesome. Have loved the first open mic. Excellent, love it. Let's see. Peggy says hilarity ensued. So it was okay. So the officers were like, all right, they're well, maybe hilarity from all of you then, right? Because you're watching them scramble to try to find their cruisers. Dude, that would be hilarious. Let's see. Megan says, so I scare easy, but I fight. And one of the deputies caught on and waited around the corner with his taser and turned it on as I rounded the corner, and I punched it and got shocked and fell over. We don't do pranks anymore. Oh, no way, dude. Oh, no. I mean, that's pretty funny though, for for that to end up happening, that sucks. So okay, you said you fell over, so you didn't like pass out or anything, but I I can just see you going, for it, and then just like and falling over. Which sucks, dude. I've never been tased before. But I've seen videos, of course, like everybody else, where people get tased, and some of the officers that I used to work with, they would show me some of those videos and stuff. And so Megan says, no, nothing like that, just fell from the fear. Do you ever go like buy a bug zapper or anything and hear the zap and you're like like have a flashback like, oh. Or if if there's like static electricity and someone hits you, do you ever like flash back? Let's see. Misty says, pointed out a snake to an officer. He fled on foot and ended up at the gas station a block away from the station. Peggy says, yeah, because they're like, help me find my car. We're like, what happened to your car? Let's see. Richard says, taser would certainly make you sound like the Ricardosaurus again. Megan says, PTSD a bit. I get nervous. I bet. Yeah, because I mean that's a straight up literally shock to the senses, and then hearing something like that, especially if it's that close to you that you hear like a shock noise or something, dude, I would trip out, be like, oh, okay, and then just kind of walk away. And see, James says the first rule of pranks in the PD comm center is we don't talk about the pranks in the PD comm center. Yes, there are some, but I'm going to share mine because that shit is funny. There was one time when we were sitting in dispatch and we had, there was a guy, it was one of our coworkers is coming in. There was nothing going on at the moment. Nothing, which rarely happens, right? And when we saw him walking up, we said, okay, let's get on the other side of the consoles. That's so the door that excuse me, that they were coming in, no, that he was coming in rather, we ended up getting onto the other side of the consoles. And then the other ones who he would have seen were in there. So we're hiding, the door opens and I can see kind of the reflection in the in the glass a little bit. He opens the door and walks in and he just stands there for a moment and you just hear, and he walks back like backwards, walks back, and the door shuts. And then we all stood up. We're like, what the hell was it? And then we all went back to our consoles, and it was weird because as soon as we got back to our consoles, then some radio traffic was coming up, and he finally comes back, and I said, dude, did you come in earlier? I don't know. I thought I heard something. He goes, nobody was here. And I said, dude, we've been here this whole time. He goes, no. He's like, nobody was in here. There was no traffic. There was nothing. And I said, okay, man, well, we've all been here. And then we all start laughing and stuff. He goes, yeah, don't pull that shit. I know that you guys were all gone. I know enough with the siblings and people that I know that if I walk into a room where there's supposed to be people and there's no one, that something is going to happen. Oh man, it was the most hilarious thing. And I still, when I talk to him, I remind him of that just the look on his face of being freaked out. Now, another story that I have. Oh, let's see. James says, you're retired. I am still going to be here. Well, whatever you did, there must be something that you shouldn't then. Don't say it. Don't say it then. Because you will still be there. You're right. Let's see. Brett says, what's up, Brett? What's going on? Brett says, sounds like a stunt my folks would have pulled. Yeah. There There was one time. Oh, hold on a minute. We got another one that came in here. Jody says, brought a dunk. What? A dunk? Oh, a drunk into the Sally Port. There was a dummy laying on the floor. Drunk thought it was a real person. Officer told him. I'll leave that one in there. You can read that. Oh no. You know, the person though was probably like, okay. Oh man. Excuse me. So there was one time. I think I've told this story before, but because it's April Fool's Day, I want to share it again for any of those of you who are watching right now who may not have heard this one. So it was April Fool's, and I'm sitting the backup phones in radio position. So for our NCIC and everything that we run, that station is called Lean. Okay, so I was sitting at Lean for that day, and I'm pretty sure it was during the time when I first got promoted to supervisor, and it was during the time that I was working mornings. So I've worked midnights my entire career, except for this like 3 or 4 month stint where I was on mornings, and it was when I first got promoted to supervisor. And I'm sitting in there. It's almost shift change, ready to go. It's been busy, and I get a phone call from the sergeant, and he goes, "Dude, I need you to help me with something." I said, "Okay." He goes, I need you to help me with, like, let's figure out some sort of prank. It's April Fool's Day. There's not a lot that's going on. Let's kind of break up, the monotony that's, this, there's nothing really going on. Let's kind of break it up. Let's liven it up a little bit. I was like, all right, let me try to think of something. And so what I did though was during that time, the officers were having issues with their MCTs, their laptops, and IT was trying to figure out what was going on, and they were constantly having to do updates constantly. So I used that to my advantage, and I got on the radio. Nobody was doing anything. And got on the radio and said, Elegant Central to stations and units. Be advised, the IT advised us that they're going to be doing another update. However, you need to be pulled onto the side of the road. You need to be stationary in order for the download to complete. It'll only take 30 seconds. Please do so as soon as you get a moment safely to do so. So they did, and they were sending messages, and they're like, "Dude, are you for real?" And I did not answer them. I didn't answer any of these messages. And then I waited. I didn't go the whole 30 seconds, but I went back on the radio and said, Elegant Central Stations units, you may now resume your normal traffic. You download has complete. And by the way, happy April Fool's Day. They all did it. And officers keyed up on the radio and said, "Hey, good one, good one." But I also got messages from them, from their MCTs that said, "You're a dick. That sucked. Why would you do that?" It was awesome. But also, what I added in there when I said the Happy April Fool's Day, I threw the sergeant in there as well, saying from the sergeant and from us, Happy April Fool's Day. So then later on, right before I leave, that's the sergeant comes in. He's like, "What the hell, dude?" I said, "You told me to. You said it was okay." He goes, "Yeah, but I didn't tell you to throw my name in there." I was like, "Oh, I thought that's what the point was to say that it was from, all of us, Oh man, people, from what I've heard, people still talk about it there. that happened, and it was a lot of fun. Nothing bad happened. Nothing was going on at the time. It was actually a slow period during the shift, so it was a good time. I miss the job. I miss being in there of course, taking the calls, helping those out in the community, but also working with my team there and all of those out on the road, because there was a lot of stuff that we went through together that it's hard to explain, but all of you who are watching right now would understand, because you have dealt with similar things, right? When you're working with your crews, all of it. So it has been really, really good. And let's see, James, wow, Ricardo, sounds like it was I'm not going to say the word. I'm not going to say it, because a few of you might be in dispatch right now watching this. So I'm not going to say the word. Let's see, Pamela says, should have called Sergeant and told Captain. Oh, and told him Captain wanted to see him. See, that would have been something too. There was another one, and I I shared this one last night. And the reason that I'm sharing these as well is because last night we had we're going into the wrap up here of this broadcast. And Jody, no, I'm not going to say it. And Chelsea, please, no, I just got here. I'm not going to say it. But last night, and it looks like Halcyon and Ryan are here right now, but we did the Dispatchers Roundtable last night. It was round 18, and it was we were talking about building trust between dispatch and those out in the field, which was an excellent conversation. If you've not had a chance to check it out, please make sure to go ahead and check it out. It's on Facebook right now, repeating. You can watch it as many times as you want. It's there. It's also on YouTube. And Halcyon, with the Dispatch Lab, also has a 4-hour course that deals with building trust. So make sure to check that out as well. Just look up the Dispatch Lab and you can find all those courses and everything that she runs. So, one of those things that we were talking about, building that trust, and which sounds weird to say, right? Because these are these kind of funny pranks and everything, but it kind of brings you all together, right? It's like, you're one of us, like, this is cool. So one of the stories that I told yesterday, if you were not on there, I'm gonna tell this one again. I was in training, and I remember I was sitting with my trainer. We were both on phones, and one of the detectives called in, and he said, "Hey, Ricardo, how's it going?" I was like, "It's going good, man. What's going on?" And he goes, "Well, we've got a new guy who has transferred, from being out on the road, and he's going to be a detective. He's a detective on call, and we're all out here at a party." And I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." And thinking, okay, like what do you need? and he says, well, he's kind of nervous for that first call to come in, and I want you to call his phone number and just tell him that something crazy is going on. Just make something up. And that he's going to have to go out, to do it. And I said, all right. And I hang up with him. But when I was sitting there, I thought, I don't know if I want to do this, because I'm still in training. I really love this job and I don't want to get fired. So I tell my trainer about that. And she goes, well, are you going to do it? And I said, I don't want to get fired, man. I don't think I want to do it. And she goes, no, it's fine. If he told you to do it, like it'll be okay. Like it'll be fine. You'll be one of them. You'll be one of us. And so I did. I called this newly on call detective, and I said, hey man, we just got some shit that came in. It's about to get toned out here in just a moment. And I said, I don't have time to tell you exactly what is going on. You just need to be ready for when it goes out. And at that time, there was a call that was actually getting toned out. So it just happened to fit. And he's like, oh shit. He's like, okay. And like, you could tell that he was kind of nervous. And I said, all right, man, it's going to go out. We'll talk to you later. Get off the phone. And then I'm sitting there like, like, oh shit, man. Like, I can't believe I just did that. This guy is going to hate me. So a few minutes go by, and then, I ended up getting a phone call, and it's from the original detective, and you can hear everyone in the background saying, Ricardo. They're like, yeah, like that was awesome. Except for the one guy who goes, you suck. because he was the one that I had called. So in doing that and being new, like they got to know me a little more with not just that little prank that we pulled, but every time they would call to get some other work done or something else, they would ask for me if I was there, and I would work with them, and we kind of built this bond and everything, this friendship. And so we were in that way as well building that trust, even with the detective that I had called and helped pull that prank on. He and I became we became good friends. So that's why I share this and why I wanted to share some of these prank stories, because even though some of them just sound like messed up, even though they're funny and everything, in a way, we're building that trust with each other. I mean, we're brothers and sisters, right? Of public safety, all of us, the gold line, and the rest of the lines that are there. So that's why I wanted to share this story, because it also builds into what we were talking about last night in building trust with those out in the field. So I hope you have had an excellent time tonight. This was so much fun. Thank you very much for participating in both images of the dispatch this, especially the one with the dinosaur. That was hilarious. So thank you so very much. Thank you for everything that you do. And as we go, as we close out here, I want to share something here with you really quick. And it's right there in the comments. And that is the link, the registration for Dare to Be Great 3. Please jump in there, register. It's June 7th through the 10th. But register now and throw it out there. Share it with your friends. This is the last Dare to Be Great conference. And let's make it one to remember. All of them have been great. So far, there's been over 9,000 attendees for the first two. So let's see where we go with this third one and just blow it out of the water. People from all over the world have attended the conference. So many amazing speakers, leaders in public safety, industry partners as well, but especially for all of you, giving back this by providing continuing education, because you are all amazing and you deserve this. And the conference is free. It's unlimited viewing, and it's always going to be there for you to go back. So make sure to check it out. It's right in there. And let's see, Jody says, Ricardo, just have to thank you. I look forward to your podcast every Thursday. After 32 years, I need it. Thank you so much. That is awesome. I appreciate that. That is so excellent. Thank you all so very much for being here. This live broadcast has been sponsored by InDigital as well as Rapid Deploy. And if you have any comments, questions, or you ever want to be on the show, you can send us an email, and that's going to be wttpodcast@gmail.com. You can follow us on Twitter, that is @91podcast. You can like us on Facebook, that is facebook.com/Within the Trenches podcast. This show will always be free, but if you're looking for any bonus content, you can also check us out on patreon.com/WTT podcast, and you can support us there. Thank you to all of the patrons so very much. Coming soon, these live broadcasts, open mic, as well as the Dispatchers Roundtable. There will be an audio version that goes out to patrons only. So if you're looking for audio versions of them, you can check them out there as well. And then for the flagship show, you can listen 24/7 on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, your favorite podcasting app, and withinthetrenches.net. Have a good one, everyone. Happy April Fool's Day, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.